Hey guys, Matt here. So, yeah, I should probably explain this monstrosity. Way back in July of 2022, I was working on the sequel to Something Happened. I had it all filmed out and I was working on the animation, and I realized that I kinda hated it. Not the project itself, but the process of the animation. I found it to be extremely tedious and really boring, and I just ended up deciding that I wanted to shelve it for the time being and work on something I was actually going to be passionate about. So I threw all my files in a folder somewhere and began work on a project that would be an experience, to say the least. Slice of Love is a romantic comedy about a young man named Thomas who basically goes throughout his life being a massive simp. He meets a beautiful young girl in a pizza parlor and is instantly entranced. She, on the other hand, is more or less indifferent to his intentions. So the story follows Thomas as he attempts to pursue this woman using a book that may as well have been written by Andrew Tate to make himself irresistible. The thing that made this film different from the rest of the videos I've done is that it was all hand-drawn, frame by frame. In order to get a project like this done in any reasonable amount of time, I decided to animate at a much lower frame rate. I was animating on 6s, so that means that the characters were moving at about 4 frames per second. It doesn't look great, but again, this was supposed to be a throwaway project. But that all changed one day when I decided to show my friend, who is an award-winning filmmaker, by the way, a bit of my film. And he decided to feed my starved ego a compliment. This is actually pretty good. You really think so? Like really? Stop! He did not stop, and therefore neither did I, which made me put in more work, and then I ended up liking it more. And then the more I liked it, the more I wanted to do with it, and the more work I put in, and then I liked it more, and then I wanted to put more work in, and then I liked it more, and then I wanted to put more work in. And thus started this crazy cycle of liking it and then working more on it, until I eventually found myself burnt out and didn't really want to work on it at all. So it stagnated for quite a while, actually. But you remember that filmmaking friend that had gotten me in this whole terrible cycle in the first place? Yeah, he's back. And he tells me that I should submit it to a film festival. And the submission date is like 2 months away, and I'm barely halfway through this project. So introduce a due date, and now I have... And this pressure led me to end up putting in like 14-hour days for about a month straight on this project, trying to get it done before the submission date. And when I tell you that it was a close call, I'm talking I submitted at about 10 p.m. the day before the submission date. I know some of you college students who end up submitting things at like 11:59 p.m. are like, get on my level, bro. But remember, this is not a 500-word essay. This is an animation project that needed sound and music and editing. The total runtime added up to just over 30 minutes. Is your essay just over 30 minutes? I realize that's a nonsensical question, but still. So with the film submitted, you can imagine I was pretty relieved. And I'm pretty satisfied with the final product, and I'm excited to see it in a live audience. I think it'll be cool. I'll probably be releasing it on YouTube sometime after the film run, but until then, I've got plenty of more goodies for you guys in store. So stay tuned.